Now, it's that time of day. It's the Muni moment with Taylor Riggs. Taylor, take it away.
Hey, Caroline, and joining me this week is Robert Amodeo. He's head of the municipals over at Western Asset Management. Robert, this is great that you're here because the big news of the week was that Supreme Court ruling that now allows gambling. New Jersey brought the case. They seem to be a clear winner. How does that affect the credit profile, and how much can they benefit from the tax revenue?
Well, sure. Well, good morning, Taylor. Well, it's a pleasure to be here. I would say that the sports betting marketplace is new. It's potentially very large for the United States. And it's one where, there's a lot of optimism about the potential economic benefits, especially at the state level. And some states are at the forefront. Obviously, have some front runners, called first mover advantage, like New Jersey, Nevada, which already has a book up and running, and a few other states. However, when you look at the numbers behind the headlines, they're less robust. In fact, when you look at the state tax revenue that comes directly from gambling, it's around 2.5% of the total budget. So it plays a very minor role. And even if you say that picks up significantly or even doubles, it's not going to play a significant role. I think more importantly, though, the level of competition is going to be severe. Many states are going to try to enter into this marketplace. You have offshore, onshore, brick and mortar versus online alternatives, which will begin to surface. So this has a lot of facets to it that will unfold over time.
Okay, now talk to me also about revenue versus geo, because you had a report saying that revenue has outperformed on almost every different timetable that we look relative to geos. Are you still optimistic about the sector, or does the outperformance mean they're a little bit overvalued here?
So municipal bonds have performed extremely well in a very challenging marketplace. We've all seen levels of rates rise as inflation sentiment has turned bearish and arguably is a little bit ahead of the actual inflation data that's out there. Within that landscape, the fundamentals in the municipal bond market are solid. In fact, you'd have to go back more than a decade to find stronger fundamentals in the public finance marketplace. And one of our favorite trading strategies is to favor revenue bonds over general obligation debt. And I'll give you an example. I know we've been talking about Puerto Rico, and the headlines have been filled with how that's the best performing bond, but they're not cash flowing. They're in default. It's a distressed situation. We'll look to the Virgin Islands and bonds that are backed by revenues that come from the sale of rum and the sales tax receipts that come from that. Those bonds are up 25 points.
Wonderful. Virgin Islands, that's a good strategy. We'll leave it there. That was Robert Amodeo, the head of municipals over at Western Asset Management.